A long time ago, I purchased this game, and it was in early access at the time, but it's now basically fully released. It's basically based off the old Sid Meier's Colonization game, but with its own little twist on things. I can't really say I like it, but I feel compelled to show it off and show off some of the ideas it had. Welcome to Treasure Fleet. We're just going to turn it off for a moment while I basically speak here. So I'll note that Treasure Fleet is essentially essentially a game that is based off of Sid Meier's Colonization. And you'll see a lot of familiarities basically you'll find in this game, like when we jump into it. I'll note that for the most part, it's basically in many ways a carbon copy of it. So we basically have England, Spain, Netherlands, and France as our main countries we're going to basically use. There's no Portugal, for example, so they're not in, but whatever. And we basically have an armament mode, which is basically used for Steam achievements, which is I'll note there was Steam achievements by the way in this game. They don't seem to work, but we'll have it on anyways, because why not? We also have a high scores list, so I don't have any high scores yet. Basically that's what it is. And let's just bump this back up. By the way, I'll note that this game starts at half music volume, which is very nice, but whatever. I'll jump in with Spain here because I think they have a major advantage over the other four at the start of the game, so we'll go with them. And I'll have to run my start location, so we'll do it as well. There we go. For some reason it wasn't selecting there, but okay. I'll note this is a game that has a few issues with it, by the way, so in many ways I find that this game is essentially one that isn't really finished, even though it's basically out of full release right now. But whatever. I'll note by when you hit the randomized locations, it basically starts you randomly on the map here, so you could be anywhere on the map when you basically randomization, whereas if you do a traditional start, you'll be wherever these guys traditionally started. So France would be up here in the north, English would be here with the Dutch. We have Spanish down here in the south. Anyhow, we can zoom in if we want to, just get a little closer, or zoom out. On our caravel, we basically have a couple of guys here, so we basically have a soldier with horseback and rifles, and Mo's a soldier with no horses but rifles. Basically, the Scotch they're a militarized start, so they get military units. And let's just get going. We basically have an 8 hex max map here, so traditional tile movement type of thing. So now not by over here, you can see I have a supply for my units here. Unlike with colonization, you actually have a supply unit for these guys here, and the way you run out of supplies as to go along here, but and this should be enough space to get to the continent, so that's fine. I say that, but we're going quite a distance, aren't we? Oh, there we go. Alright, so we basically found some land at this point. Now, a note by the way, in this game, it's always better to be closer to the edge of the map than it is to be far away, because the far away you are, the the longer you have to basically get to the back to where you basically came from, right? So and we're just going to stick around for a place basically to land. Nice mountains. Mountains can sometimes have ore and stuff on them, so they're not bad basically be around. There's our first Indian tribe, by the way. There's a Comanche. Another mountain right there, apparently. Now, I don't want to move away too far from my troops here, so We'll always just stay a little bit closer here, so let's like end our turn here with this guy. Now, not that it's in your interest, by the way, to like, you know, get basically to like, you know, make a city right away, but you know, I like to explore around at least a little bit to try and at least find like, you know, a decent spot for like a city, so we'll look around basically. And this might be a decent spot right here, I guess. Now, note by if I right click, I basically get like a breakdown of like what this like offers. So we see like a little bit of ore here, tobacco, furs, not some bad stuff basically, you know, to have around. All right, this guy I think might just stop right here. So. Looking at them hills a little bit. There's a desert over here, apparently. Now, note by the way, like with this tiles, you have to, you know, have like no unit spacing next to it to like, you know, really like, you know, make use of it. So. That's just something to bear in mind, but whatever. Let's see here. Let's get rid of him. Now, note by the way, these guys do have get like critical supply after a while, so you have to keep that in mind, but whatever. Oh, there's the ducks right there, by the way, so the ducks aren't too far away from us. Alright, now where's the best place to put, you know, maybe plant like a settlement here? Right there, basically, I get like, you know, a little bit of food, lumber, tobacco. Here I get more lumber. And there I get more lumber. I may want to switch around these tiles over here when I get the chance to, but whatever, that's fine. Oh, those are fish right there. There's a fish reels in this game, as you can see, so that's nice. Let's go there with him. Alright, at this point, this guy's just gonna make his way back, I think, so we'll start doing that with him. Let's move this guy right here. There's one like the, you know, the caravans for like, you know, the Dutch there. Now, unfortunately, I haven't found like, you know, any good resources right away, but you know, on the start of the game, you really have to plant down a colony, but you know, basically to start doing stuff. So this is like a decent enough settlement area right here because like, you know, we have a mountain right next to us for some like, you know, ore. We have a lot of trees to cut down. Not a bad place. So let's build right here. We'll build our first settlement. La Isabella, named after the Spanish Queen. Alright, this guy will probably pop into some right now, so we'll do that right with him. Now, note by the way, like, you know, much like, you know, the traditional, like, you know, colonization, we basically have, like, you know, our basic resources that you can basically exploit from the lands to sell to Europe. And we basically also have access to, like, you know, tools and horses and our stuff. Yeah, well, you know, your colony guys, you know, like your guys that are like outside the colony. Right now, though, I think I'll probably have these guys just like, you know, sort of like, you know, well, I'll basically have them both in the colony, I guess. Let's make a little bit of food here for our first turn. Let's drop that guy in there. Now, I know this guy right here, the horseman, and it's like a big thing about the Spanish, by the way. They actually have an advantage where like they can like sort of run around and like, you know, sort of like, you know, exploit the land of like the horses, because they actually start off horses, these guys, as opposed to like the other factions. They don't have a whole lot of like, you know, good starting bonuses to Spanish, but you know, this is like a good thing about them that they have. So we'll start exploring around them. All right, now, by the way, in this game, there is like sort of like this like mission thing for like your mock basically gives you. Right now, it's basically issuing me the Explorer order, so I basically explore 54 tiles of the coast, but by like 1506. So within like, you know, 10 years, he wants me to explore this many tiles of the coast. So that's not a thing. All right, by the way, that's actually not too bad. So I'm actually going to try to attempt it. So let's try and get over here. Let's look around over here, I guess. Look at that, we actually have some fish over here, apparently. Now, up here you can like see like how you're doing for missions. So right now we've basically explored like, you know, 2 tiles so far. And something I actually forgot what I'm doing about it at this point, but I'll just do it right now. You actually have like research in this game where like, you know, you can essentially like, you know, research stuff. So you basically research Navy, Army, Exploration, Colonization. Unless it's something Spanish that are mutually exclusive, so you only pick out like one, but you know, whatever. Let's go with Colonization over here. I'll see how it goes. Fairly big desert over here, but you know, that's fine. Alright, so Command C needs request food from their valley needs, so we'll do that, sure, why not? Now, no boy, as I progress around, we'll basically like explore more of these tiles, so that'll basically happen. Let's see here. Over here is a pair of ruins, by the way. I'll probably explore those at some point, but you know, not just yet. Ruins can cost you units if you're not careful, so I'm gonna be very careful of that. I'm playing like arm mode, so I can't like, you know, load and save, so that's a thing to worry about. So here is the Powhatan, apparently. We've just contacted them. Now the Archer first has supply, but I mean, he has to get back to Isabel if he needs to. This guy I'm more worried about, because basically he's like not next to like, you know, Isabel by any metric, but whatever. Oh, there's some maize. That's like food. That's not bad to find. And yeah, you basically have like, you know, your tax rate, so, you know, whatever. We'll set that. Now, note by the way, like, you know, it's always good to see like these little dips in like the land, because that makes it a lot easier to basically like, you know, pick up your explore tiles, so that's nice. Alright, so much like, you know, the original colonization, we basically have like, you know, the natives sometimes offering us stuff in friendship, so there we go, we got some furs basically in friendship. It's getting scary with that, like, ship of mine, by the way, because, like, he's gonna start running out of supplies soon, but whatever. One more tile, basically, and this guy can start going back home, right? So, the nice thing about this mission, by the way, that the ruler basically gave to me, it's actually completable. I'll note that sometimes this guy will give, like, these, like, missions are randomly generated, and, like, sometimes he'll basically have, like, completely, completable missions, but whatever. He actually gave us a good one here, so I was able to show it off. So, boom. There's 54 tile space explored. Alright, so this is going to loop around this way, apparently, so... That's fine. Let's start moving this guy back at this point. Now, no problem, you can completely, like, these missions, like, for your mission, your monarch, you basically get some money for it, so we got a little bit of money here to make use of. Now, of course, just gotta get this guy back before, like, he, like, sinks, because, that can happen if your ships, by the way, like, run out of, like, supplies. They sink. Alright, just go over here. I figure I'm gonna send this guy over here to explore around these desert areas over here, so... Let's go this way. Now, I could go into the desert with this guy, but note that if you go into the desert, this actually has, like, a higher supply to it, so... Basically, it'll take, like, 1.5, like, supplies, basically, like, being in a desert, as opposed to, like, here. So I think I'll just, like, end this guy's turn right here instead. There we go. That's how I basically get this, over here, basically preserve supplies. Alright, so this guy's offering some furs at a price of, like, this here. At some point I might start, like, accepting these, but, right now we're just gonna hold off and, like, worry about, accepting supplies from these guys for a moment, so... Not just yet. Now, I'm building up lots of food here, which is good, but I think I also want to start building up some lumber here, so we're starting on that right now, I think. Perfect, so I got to shave some time off there. Okay, I'll start moving this guy back at this point, but I know that I want to basically explore around the desert areas because sometimes you can find, like, valuable stuff in the desert, so just on the off chance there's basically something valuable there, I want to basically make sure it's, like, something not, missing. Just to show it off, I guess we'll be in a desert here just for a turn. You'll see this guy's, like, supply drop massively as we do all this, so... He's now down to, like, 4.5 supplies as opposed to, like, what should have been, like, a smaller drop from before. There we go. My ship makes it back before, like, it runs out of supplies. And I know, by the way, like, these missions, like, as I said, randomly generated. Something about the mission is that it's very possible that the Mark might, like, assign, like, 84 tiles or, like, 9 tiles or something like that, like, completely ridiculous. Basically, Mark, like, he's very, like, whimsical with, like, his missions, so you have to, like, sort of watch out for him, but whatever. We got a good one there, so I'm, like, happy I was able to complete at least one of them for you guys to see. Now, this guy here, what do I want to do with him, I wonder? Let's go up this way, I think. Now I know at this point, by the way, that we have like, you know, some furs I can like make use of here, so let's load those up, and we'll sail to New World and start selling them. And I'll go and try and buy something, I think. So there's a Powhatan tribe up here, apparently. Now, it's possible to get attacked by these guys, so in this case, we're getting attacked here. They have an ambush value, so actually going to make them a little bit tougher, but you know, I have firearms and I'm mounted, so I have a little bit more defense here. Luckily, basically, you know, stop that guy from hurting me there too much, so that's fine. You know, I'm tempted to punish this guy for that, but you know, do what I want to. You know what? Yes. So these guys basically display curiosity. I'll know if you want to basically ask what nearby lands and trade them and stuff like that, but let's attack them. So I got basically attacker free versus like defensive 1. We made him pay for attacking me by killing him off. You know, with this ship here, I think we're just going to stay like this for now. Alright, so yeah, sometimes I'll like, you know, demand like, you know, lumber is compensation and stuff like that, but yeah, that's fine. Oh, we're at war. So England's now at war with Spain. Now, note by the way, this game, it basically is like, you know, diplomacy and stuff like that in this game, but essentially you don't control it. You know, basically much like the, you know, how it is basically in history. You go to war when your monarch goes to war, not when like you go to war. So we're basically currently like, you know, at war with like England apparently here. So they can basically sail down and like attack if they want to. Though we're at peace with Netherlands, France, and like, you know, that's fine. If you declare independence, you can declare war all you want, but you know, right now basically like, you know, we can't, so it is what it is. Whoops, that's a Pete Ducks right there. You know, I really should move this guy back at this point, but we're going to explore around a little bit more of him, I think. River goes up over here, apparently. Rivers are pretty good, by the way, because they actually increase like the yield of like, the lands by a lot, so there's like much more lumber around here because, like, you know, the rivers. A lot of food in there too, by the way. Let's see here. Let's go on a mountain here. They're offering more furs again. At this point, I'm going to just take them because, you know, we want to at least have some furs to sell if I need to. Alright, now note this guy's like injured, so I'm just going to have him like rest in a colony here, so we basically get like, you know, injuries basically tended to. It also lets me like, you know, prevent my like food loss for a little bit, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll take that. They might like make demands like ever so often, these guys, but you know, this is how it is. Alright, this guy made it back to Spain, so we're gonna basically sell off stuff here. Now, tax comes into play for this one, like, you know, we have that 1% tax, so that's the thing, but whatever. If I want to, I'm gonna basically hire new units. As you can see here, we're gonna hire like a whole lot of like different types of units here, so everything from like farmers to fishermen, stuff like that. I'm tempted to get myself some missionaries for like the Comanche over there, but I think I will go for something a little bit basic up here perhaps, so that may be a thing to do. On that point also as well, you also have like your price over here for stuff, so you know, you have like your you know, cannons and motors, you have like caravels and carracks. But yeah, let's just go for the stuff here, I think. A lumberjack might be a good thing to get right away, so let's get a lumberjack. I'll throw them in here. But if I want to like mount these guys to like, you know, have them with horses, that might be a good idea to have like my soldier be mounted, so let's give this guy some horses so I can like, take those back home. There we go. We got our horses and stuff. Alright, they offer first a sign of friendship. Okay. We got plenty of furs in here. They're wanting lumber apparently. Okay, we'll give them that. Now, not by like one turn, like, you know, tile away can like do this, so whoop, in he goes. Now I want to like dismount this guy, mount this guy, boom. 2 mounted horses now. And in we go. I'll love some of these furs basically to sell off, I guess. You know what, let's go exploring a little bit. So, I got both my soldiers basically pop out now, basically do stuff. This will like clear up a lot of like, the space around me, you know, quickly, so that'll be worthwhile. Long river. Goes at least all the way up to here, I guess. And all the way up there as well. Oh, plague strikes one of my colonies. Now, note by the way, this is a thing that can happen in this game where, like, you know, essentially your like, colonies can get plagued. And it is something that can spread to, like, the natives as well if, like, you want to, so... this can spread over, say, to the Comanche, and then, like, they'd be plagued, or Tepon, they could be plagued. They'll weaken up a lot as well, so that's a, you know, a way of, like, you know, take out the natives you want to, is plague them. I believe it plague damages units like each turn, so that might be a thing. I can't really remember though. Each like the different conditions in this game like have like different like outcomes, so it's something to watch out for. Now, I'll note that like how this game basically works. You've probably seen like I have like the usual like black like tiles here, and I also have like grayed out tiles. Basically, in this game, unless you like directly go over a tile, you don't know what resources are in it. So I can basically explore like a tile like say like over here like there's like gray stuff here, and like on the land here. But unless I actually put like land on like the land to like find out if there's stuff on it, I can actually see if like, there's resources on there to exploit. So that's something to keep in mind in this game. More ruins up here, nice. Woo, more ruins. Alright, so it does goes all the way up there, and there's more ruins up there to look after. There's some more mountains over here, apparently. Silly Orb, yes. Okay, it's time to start moving these guys back, I think, so... Timber trees over here, apparently. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna basically move this guy back and I'll come back over here to explore, I think, so... I just want to see if like, this is like a good like city location up here, perhaps, so... Something to watch out for. Now note that when there's units that are adjacent to your settlement and they go back to their tribes, they'll actually spread their flag that way, these guys, so that's basically how the flag sort of works. Now note the timber trees over here, they actually make more lumber over here to make use of, so that's nice. Okay, I'll take that. We'll saw off this furs here. For now, it's worth it just to buy the furs as a sell, so we'll do that, I guess. This guy will probably get back faster if he goes this way. And these guys are running out of supplies there a little bit, but it's fine. They're gonna drop in for a moment. We'll build up the lumber a little bit faster here, I guess. And out they go. Now, not by the way, each of the units, you basically have in this game have specialized roles. So, soldiers are basically meant to fight, but lumberjacks basically here, they're there for lumber, basically that sort of thing. So, that's really what I want them to do. Let's gather lumber for me. Now, these guys here. Let's get you up here. I'll send you up there. I really want to basically explore up in this area right here, see if I can, it'd basically be a good place for a settlement, so. Get back in there, I guess. And you can see, the settlements have now been plagued, this Indians one, so because they brought the plague back with them, that's a thing. That's basically how that mechanic sort of works. Nothing in those mountains apparently, so whatever. Alright, they offer some more furs. Now, it will come to the point where your stuff will get filled up like this, so we actually now have too much stuff basically in here, and it can actually really produce any more lumber and anything like that. So let's just start producing something in here to make use of it, the stuff in here, I guess. So a wall's pretty good to produce right away. The wall will basically let me get a population of 5 or more, and also basically hampers one of the special effects that happen in this game called drought. So that'll be useful. More ruins up there, apparently. This is really good to have all these ruins basically found, because I basically can exploit these later on down the road. Okay. Well, that went down, I guess. That's fine. We obviously had our first taken away from us, but okay, we still have 20. Oh! That was an English caravel over there, so they won't be coming to attack me, the English, unfortunately. Maybe it's up here, apparently. Oh, there's the spices, actually. Spices are good for, selling if you want to, but, Now, this is a problem. The English are actually coming to attack me. I might not have the ability to fight them off, so. It's going to be a battle. The English caravel evades the Spanish caravel, apparently. So, we basically, that guy's basically, carrying, a soldier, perhaps, to fight me, so. We're going to have to fight some, battles here, I guess. over there. He's attacking me. He's offering some tobacco, this guy, apparently. Nice. There's like thing is slowly coming. So he basically attacked me, he did some damage there. That's not great, but whatever. I could try attacking again, by the way, but you know, it's very possible I could lose the caravel, and like, you know, at this stage, I mean, we can't really afford that, so let's get in here. Let's move my solar area to basically counter this guy if he wants to. Fight! So we basically have attacker free with all our, you know, firepower here. Ooh, we had a bad battle there. He actually, like, you know, managed to defend himself quite well, apparently. So we lost our horses, and I think we lost our rifles. No, we still have our rifles, but, you know, he did some damage to me there. Now, I did pick up tobacco here, which is nice, so let's go here and like pick up tobacco and some more furs. We're just going to try and like, you know, sell with this guy, yes, again. I think he's trying to get away, this guy. We're going to hit him again. Alright, kill off his soldier. That's going to be a nice blow to him, I guess. See, I lost my horses. I'll have to go buy more, you know, as all that, but you know, whatever. Well, this guy has no horses again, so he's going to basically sit in here, I guess, and like, you know, do stuff, so that's not a thing, but whatever. It's a little bit of early colonial warfare there. That means that English is probably somewhere up here, in, you know, in this direction, so that'll be a thing to worry about. Now this ship will have to basically sail home to Seville, basically to like heal up, so that'll be a thing he'll have to do. But whatever. Let's just do this once over here, I think. We'll do this here, I think, just get, you know, some more food in here. Now, you saw, like, basically 2 caravels go back for the Dutch there, so he's actually got 2 caravels, this guy, apparently. Much like, you know, colonization, the AI basically gets an advantage most of the time, so that's what's happening here. These guys have advantages. And let's just see here. Let's do this right now. Yeah, I'll spend 2 turns doing this, I think, when I get the well built. That happened. So I'll note, by the way, like, this is another thing like the ruler likes to do, like, he'll actually like to build stuff, so he always wants a trading post built in one of my, like, you know, my things by, like, you know, start from 15, 16. And there's a severe drop, by the way, that I'm, like, worried about, so that happened. But I've hit this button here, like, you know, sell the ship if you want to, but, you know, we're not going to do that, so now we're going to worry about that. I can buy myself a new unit, I guess, so maybe I want to get some, like, you know, miners for now. Or maybe I'll get the trappers, actually. These guys can be used to, like, explore ruins, I guess, you know, if I want to. That might be a thing to do. So now I'm basically a drought here. And droughts basically, like, you know, of course, hurt your food supply, so they're not great. Now, I can't, like, survive if I'm lucky by, like, you know, making these guys sort of, like, leave, so... With, like, one colonist in here, it's, like, you're not going to be too bad, so... I can basically sort of, like, you know, wait out the drought, basically, for a moment. So I might want to do this as well as to build the well, so, like, you know, it basically has, like, the duration, hopefully. I think that's how it basically works. Sitting up here, in. So well is complete on La Isabella. That's not good. A violent storm hits one of my colonies. So I'll note that storms are really bad because they can basically randomly, like, destroy your buildings, so it's very possible this world might just get destroyed right now. But well. At least I'm able to produce food here. Oh, these guys stole some furs apparently. That's something I can do, by the way. Now I know that there's trading posts I could build here, by the way. And I could actually build it. It basically takes like 40, like, you know, wood basically to build. And I'll note that, you know, basically, like, you know, right now it's not really in my, like, you know, my feasibility to basically build a trading post, so we're basically going to ignore this mission because I can't basically do it, unfortunately. It's just how it is. I can't do it, so I can't do it. Now, note that the ruling monarch, basically, he basically, like, you know, issues those, like, you know, missions, like, you know, at very random times, so sometimes you're, like, having a good time, sometimes you won't. In this case, you just don't have a good time, so whatever. I actually really don't like how, like, is, like, the ruler basically issues, like, the, like, missions in this game, because sometimes they're, like, completely, like, you know, like, you know, doable. In this case, like, this one is technically doable, but I mean, like, you know, at this time, it's basically difficult to really worry about, so, or it's not going to, like, do it for that reason. Let's see here, you can go over here. My trappers have made it home. Hello. Now I think I'll send this guy up toward the ruins, so let's start doing out of him. Okay, you can take my food. In you go. Look at that, there's iron ore up here. Nice. So up here, if I suppose settlement, we have lots of ore mace to make use of. That's not a bad thing to know. We're just going to make our way up toward these ruins here, so let's do that with you. And I draw in Isabella, as well as the war. Alright, you. 1, 2... Well, for sure, it's his first rune, I think, so we'll just call the episode, like, you know, we're coming to a close of this episode, by the way, but, you know, we'll get to it when we get to it. Let's load in our furs. I was gonna have that guy automatically go to the end of the map there, so that's fine. Ouch! Yeah, he does have random time spy with the ruler, so you always have, like, you know, this random, like, increase in your taxes. Search for treasure? Yes. Ooh. The ruins are littered with deadly traps and venomous snakes, and many explorers perish. At the end of the corridors, there is a treasure worth 5,222 gold. That's a good yield. That's a really good yield. On my home port, I can actually buy a lot of stuff now if I want to. Buy like a carrot, for example. Again, I got hit by a violent storm. Not great, but oh well. Now, I wasn't watching this guy's supply, so he's now basically, like, you know, really getting close to, like, dying, which is not great, but whatever. You know, I'm tempted to send this trapper up here to, like, you know, make a base right here for, like, the iron ore. But it's not really that valuable, the iron ore, when I basically have, like, a mountain over here to make use of, so... Let's go back this way. Now, note that this guy actually ran out of supplies there, and actually all you actually losing strength. Basically, when you're at low supply, you just gotta start to lose, like, you know, health over time, so something I want to watch out for, whatever. You can sit in here for now, I guess. And I looked at this mission I basically have, by the way, like, you know, for like the train post, and like, you know, somewhere like 15, 16. It's completely undoable now, but I mean, that's, you know, this part for the course, because I basically wasn't able to do it, so whatever. You're incoming. And yeah, we'll basically do an episode of this, but basically, like, you know, there's like, you know, a first, like, you know, episode for Treasure Fleet. Hopefully I'll find some, like, you know, good stuff basically, like, as we go along here, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So for now, let's take care.